So is it completed? Root pocket also appears like a root cap only. There is no difference. Say this is a root, it appears like this. So no difference. Externally, if you see, both looks like same. Is it completed? Shall I clean the board? Hello. I said respond everyone. Now look at here. Yeah, you can see the tiles. Just proximal to the just few millimeters above is meristematic zone. So meristematic zone is found few millimeters above to the root cap. It is otherwise called proximal to found, proximal to root cap. And where is root cap is located? Root cap is found distal to meristematic zone. Let me explain what is proximal and what is distal first. Look at here. See that from here, this is root stem interface. Root stem interface means this is the region where both root and stem, this is stem, are joining. Please look at here, please. This is root stem and interface. The region which is present nearer to the root stem interface is called proximal. The one which is present far away from the, write down, proximal means. First put subheading, proximal. The region which is found nearer to the root stem interface. Nearer to the root stem interface is called, and the region found away from the root stem interface region found away from the root stem interface is called distal. Yeah. Meristematic cell, the meristematic zone consists the cells are small, they have thin cell wall, shows dense over. Is it finished? Distal diagram. What distal diagram? Distal, man, distal. The region which is present far away from the root stem interface is distal. Distal is a word. Proximal, distal. Proximal, nearer. Distal, far away. Completed? Okay. Next. Proximal to the meristematic zone. Now this is the proximal to the meristematic zone. Is the zone of elongation. So where is it present? This zone of elongation is found proximal to the meristematic zone. Whereas meristematic zone is found distal to elongation zone or proximal to root cap. Proximal to root cap. In elongation zone, the cells undergoes cell elongation. Cell elongation, it elongates so that root grows in length. Here, growth is rapid. Why? Because of elongation. That is why it is also called log or exponential phase. Log or exponential phase. There is more growth. Cell is elongating. Cell is elongating. As a result of this, growth is very rapid here. So this zone, here the cells undergoes cell elongation. As they elongate, the root grows very fastly. Mr. Santosh, everyone is saying voice clear. You are the only person saying voice is not. Now, is it completed? Shall I clean the board? Hello. Everyone has to respond. Only some of them are giving response. Okay. Now, let us go to the next step. Proximal to the elongation zone is the maturation zone. Now, this is all maturation zone. Please listen to me here. Maturation zone, the proximal part, sorry, the distal part, that means the cells present in the elongation zone undergoes differentiation. Undergoes differentiation. Differentiation means, hello, differentiation means it is an act by which cell loses division capacity and assigned with a specific function. Differentiation is an act in which cell loses its division capacity and it is assigned with a specific function. Such a process is called differentiation. Now, the elongation zone, cells of elongation zone gradually undergoes differentiation and forms maturation zone. Cells of meristematic zone elongated and gives elongation zone. Cells of elongation zone differentiates and gives maturation zone. In the maturation zone, the distal part possess root heads. These are root heads. So, what is maturation zone? Maturation zone found proximal to elongation zone. Whereas elongation zone is found distal to maturation zone. And proximal to meristematic zone. Here, the cells of elongation zone. Which cells? Proximal cells. Cells of elongation zone. Differentiates into maturation zone. What is differentiation? Differentiation is a loses its division capacity and assigned with specific function. Specific function. Who is this Likita? And I think she don't know that I have activated only messages only to the host. So whatever the messages you give, that will come to me, not to your proposed person. Sai Pallavi is heroine. Okay. Heroine or heroine? Okay. So write down this first. Capacity. Its division capacity is lost. At the same time, the cell will be assigned with a specific function, say photosynthesis or respiration or storage, something like. Such a process is called differentiation. Okay. So is it completed? Shall I clean the board? You just wait. So now what happens in differentiation? Let us see other details of differentiation zone. I mean maturation zone. So maturation zone, differentiation results the functions like absorption of water and minerals. absorption of water and minerals. Is a specific function of this differentiation zone or maturation zone. And here, listen to me here first. Listen to me here. Some of the epidermal cells present at proximal part of distal part of maturation zone. In the maturation zone, distal part. This is proximal, this is distal. This is proximal, this is distal. In the distal part of maturation zone, some of the epidermal cells gives very fine, delicate thread-like structures. See, think that this is epidermis of root. Some of the epidermal cells gives very thin, fine, delicate tubular structures. Now, these structures itself are called root hairs. Understood? Root hairs are very fine, delicate, thread-like structures formed from some epidermal cells present in distal part of maturation zone. This is distal part. This is proximal part. So this root hairs are formed from epidermis. Am I right? So root hairs are exogenous in origin. Why? Because formed from epidermis, epidermal cells. They are fine, delicate, thread-like structures. Root hair. Root hair is different, rootlets are different, man. Rootlet will also have root hairs. Root hairs are present on main root, lateral roots, and rootlets. Rootlets are endogenous. Root hair is exogenous. Here I have written exogenous origin means because formed from epidermal cells or external cells. What do you mean by endogenous? What do you mean by endogenous? What is the meaning of endogenous? Endo. Hello. Yeah, someone is responding. Means they studied something. If that anything originates from pericycle or internal tissue, that is endogenous. If anything originates from epidermis or external tissue, then that is exogenous. Shall I clean the board? Respond, please. Okay. Now I'll give you some more details regarding root heights. Root heights unicellular, tubular extensions. That is actually cell wall of some epidermal cells expands and forms a tubular extension. So that itself is called root hair. Root hair. So they are unicellular. And second important aspect, this root hairs are ephemeral, means they are short-lived. And apart from that, they increase surface area of root. Surface area of root. So root hairs are present in the maturation zone of main root, lateral root and rootlets. Write down. What will happen if surface area is increased? What will happen if surface area is increased? Hello? Mr. Rohit is responding. What about others? Only one person. Okay. Yeah, Venkat Sai. That's good. That's good. Yeah, write down now. Write down. Therefore, absorption of water and minerals by roots increases. Next point. Have you written this? After writing this, you can write. Absorption of water and minerals by roots increases. Absorption of water and minerals by roots increases. Water and minerals by roots increases. Next point. Root hairs are present in the maturation zone of root hairs are present in the maturation zone of root hairs are present in the maturation zone of main root, lateral root and rootlets. Main root, lateral root and rootlets. These root hairs are not for mechanical support. Remember, root hairs are not for mechanical support. They are only for absorption of water and minerals. Write down clearly. Write in the bracket. Root hairs not meant for mechanical support. Root hairs not meant for mechanical support. They are useful only for root hairs not meant for mechanical support. They are useful only for absorption of water and minerals. Absorption of water and minerals. Next, another important aspect. So, root hair is nothing but it is a tubular extension. The cell wall of epidermal cell expands and gives a tubular extension. So simply you can write the diagram like this. If you take, this is the epidermal cell. Now this is root hair cell. This is root hair. Next, another important aspect, from the distal, not distal, proximal region of maturation zone, lateral roots originates. So lateral roots also originates from there, maturation zone only. So origin of lateral roots is endogenous. So the distal proximal part of maturation zone provides mechanical support. This part gives mechanical support. This part for absorption of water minerals. Because the root hairs are very thin and short-lived, that's why they are not meant for mechanical support. Yeah. I have a small question. Let me see how many of you can answer. Tell me which regions of root meant for absorption of water and minerals. Which regions of root are meant for absorption of water and minerals? Maturation zone, zone of maturation, zone of maturation, zone of maturation, zone of maturation. So getting only zone of maturation. Okay, okay, Inka. Any more? Only some members are responding. What happened to others? Root hay. All the three zones. One fellow is saying all the three zones. Maham. Zone of maturation, zone of maturation, zone of maturation. Okay. Now let me give my answer. Absorption of water and minerals is possible in elongation zone and maturation zone. In maturation zone from the root hair zone. The root hair zone is also called piliferous zone. The cells, elongating cells. How do they elongate? How the cells elongate? By absorbing water. The cells in the elongation zone absorbs water and elongates. So if you see the zones, first from apex to base, apex to base of root. First, meristematic zone. Here cell division takes place. Next, elongation zone. Cell elongation occurs. How? Due to turgidity. Turgidity means excessive entry of water. Next, maturation zone. Cell differentiation takes place. Cell differentiation. Repeat, turgidity means entry of excessive water, excess of water due to entry of excess of water means endosmosis. cell elongation takes place. So, shall I clean the board? Turbidity won't take place in root pockets. So shall I clean? Shall I wipe the board? It has to be completed in 50 minutes. But I took 1 hour 20 minutes because of your slowness. In track sheet, it is given only for 50 minutes. But I took 1 hour 20 minutes because of your slow. So you must increase some little bit speed. In NEET, getting medical seat, speed is most important. Speed and accuracy. These two are most important. You should have speed and you should also have accuracy. Accuracy means without doing any mistake, you must go to the correct option. If you don't have these two things, then you cannot get the medical seat. So you should develop that speedness. Speed writing and speed listening and immediate getting, like in a single attempt getting the concept, all that phenomena you should learn. And that can happen only if you concentrate the class very keenly. That is what I am saying. If you can concentrate the class very clearly and very keenly without any distractions and without any, obstacles, then it is possible to reach. Hey, who is this fellow, Nikhil Reddy? Array, Nikhil Reddy. Pante mi ఊర్లో పడతావురే. Nikhil Kumar Reddy. By mistake, direct kick. No, these classes are not said again in the college. This is the final discussion. That is why I have very clearly instructed you to write the notes. These lessons are not repeated in the college. Whatever we are discussing is the final discussion. I am going very slowly and giving all the details from the NCERT and extra details also I am giving. So these things you have to learn. Okay. Next, after understanding the zones of roots, next we have to discuss about modifications of roots. Root modifications. Root modifications. We already discussed about what is modification. Modification is nothing but it is a permanent structural change that takes place in the root, change that occur in the root to perform some additional functions. In addition to normal functions, is called root modifications. These root modifications are of different types. We have root modifications for to perform physiological functions, and we also have root modifications to perform mechanical functions. Under mechanical functions, we have two examples: prop roots or pillar roots. Number two, stilt roots or brace roots. There is also other one called climbing roots. We'll discuss later. Next, under these we have different examples. Number one, storage roots or tuberous roots. Number two, respiratory roots or breathing roots. Number three, here we also have balancing roots. Velamen roots or epiphytic roots. Next, root nodules or nitrogen fixing roots. Next, photosynthetic roots or assimilatory roots. Hostoria or parasitic roots. These many types we have to discuss under this. Finished? Shall I clean the board? Going to discuss about the 6. Then I'll go for the 4. Storage roots. See, in some plants, food is excessively stored in the roots. So that root become tuberous. Such roots are called storage roots or tuberous roots. We have different examples. Dicots, like biennial plants. Biennial means they complete life cycle in 2 years or 2 seasons. We have some examples like Daucus carota, that is carrot. Next, Raphanus sativus, that is radish. Here the root is tuber is conical in shape. Here it is fusiform or spindle shape. Next, Brassica rapa, that is turnip, and Beta vulgaris, beetroot. Here root is in this, it is called a napiform shape. So in all these roots, main root or tap root stores food. So, single tuber per plant is observed. Only one tuber per plant. Taproot of taproot system. Store food material. Other dicot like Ipomia batatas. It is sweet potato. Here, single adventitious root at each node become a tuberous root. Its stem is a creeper. Its stem is a creeper. So at every node, you can see many adventitious roots like this, but single adventitious root become a tuber. So per plant, many tubers are formed. For each node, one tuber. Whereas in monocot, like asparagus, all fibrous roots become a bunch of tubers. That is called fasciculated roots. This is a bunch of roots. In asparagus. Enjoying without any feeling, without any like having any burden, something like. You can also enjoy in the same way with your books. Have a strong feel inside, like you should get a medical seat in AIMS Delhi or JIPMER or AFMC, something like. So work for that. Work for that so that you can reach. Okay. For NEET exam, which is AFMC also. Most important, anatomy or morphology, all are important. There is no such kind of things in it. From every chapter you will get questions. From every chapter, all the chapters will get the questions. It is not like 10th class giving this, these are important, these are unimportant, something like. They all have only one in exam. one NEET. But you should get best marks to get into AIMS or JIPMER or AFMC. Okay, let us see the next one. The next one I said is, what is the next one I have given? Respiratory routes, am I right? Yes. Now let me see the respiratory routes or breathing routes. These are observed in mangroves where soil is logged, soil is saline and logged with saline water. You can write like this, saline water. So root suffer in getting oxygen. Therefore, some of the lateral branches of main root shows negatively geotropic growth or positively phototropic growth. And become aerial. Such roots are called respiratory roots or pneumatophores. Pneumatophores. Example, Rhizophora, Avicennia, Bruguiera, etc. So this is the main plant. It's the root system. So some of the lateral roots become aerial. Now these roots itself is called pneumatophore. This pneumatophore consists small pores called lenticels. This is also called nematode. It helps in gaseous exchange. gaseous exchange. Only gaseous exchange, no transpiration. Roots do not perform transpiration. Roots won't carry transpiration. Lenticel means it is a small pore.